now we're going to move on to our next item here, and that is color. Now, you don't have to use color in Canvas. You can use color in Pages, and some people do. I don't want you to think that it's something that you have to include, but if you do decide to use colored text, it shouldn't be the sole means of conveying meaning. So you wouldn't want to say anything in red below is optional, anything in green is required, anything in blue is extra credit or something for a list of different assignments. Someone who's colorblind is not going to be able to tell the difference. And obviously someone that is visually impaired is probably not going to be able to either. So we want to be very careful about how we use color. And if you do, it shouldn't be the only way of the student being able to figure out what you mean by that. We also need adequate contrast. I don't see this so much anymore, but a long time ago, back when people were first starting to kind of create their own web pages, you would see some crazy background images, wild wallpaper patterns and stuff. And then people would have, you know, their yellow text on top of it, and there's no way that you could read it. People have, I think, kind of started to learn a little bit, but if you need a rule of thumb because you like color, if you have a color wheel and you look at, try to use colors as, so you could do a yellow. If you really wanted to do yellow text, you could put it on a blue background or vice versa. Or you could, of course, use just black and white, makes it easy. But if you like to use colors, it's fine. Just make sure that there's enough contrast that someone that can't see the colors can still read. We do recommend avoiding red on green or green on red. So green text on a red background and vice versa. Green and red are the most common colorblind colors. So if someone might be partly colorblind, they can't see red or green, but they can see all the other colors. And because it's so common, it's best to just stay away from that color combination. And I will show you in just a minute that the Canvas accessibility checker will help with that and will let you know if there is a contrast issue, if it's going to be difficult for the student to read. And I just kind of want to show you what the accessibility checker is going to do. So let's say I'm being creative here and I'm highlighting my text. This is the text color button, so I can click on the drop-down menu and I have different options. Let's click yellow, click light yellow here. Okay, very difficult to read. You'll notice over here, I have 4 items here. This is the accessibility checker. And it's letting me know it went from 3 to 4 as soon as I put that yellow text in there. So if I click on the accessibility checker, it's going to let me know that this is a contrast issue. There's not enough contrast. And so minimum contrast ratio of 3 to 1. So I would need to make sure that I fix that. So the accessibility checker is nice, and we're going to use that a couple more times so that I can show you what else it can do. So I'm going to change this back to black. This went back to 3, and we're going to address these other issues that it's found in just as we go through. But just keep that in mind. If you are wanting to use color, make sure that you do it judiciously and in a way that it can enhance and not obstruct learning.